guys, we're late. I'm late. David was here on time. I was trying to get some water. A spout of water. Mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. You guys probably noticed I have a different shirt on today. I have my shirt on from Sonnet's retreat that she gifted all of us. Okay. Oh, my shirt's gonna be looking crazy, but it's okay. It's fine, everything is fine, and even when it isn't, it's fine. That was our saying the whole retreat. And I'm hot for some reason. I think it's because I've been running around. I'll cool off in a few minutes. It says we're connected, but I don't see any comments. I am. It's because I've been running around.
I was going to say, it's got to be.
Yeah. I'll be okay in a few minutes. And I came in earlier and the cooler was not on. I'm not seeing any comments yet, babe. Are you?
We got a couple on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Then it's just
Not seeing anything on the Facebook yet.
Let me turn on my video. My blood runs cold. My memory has just been so boom, 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 boom. Hey, Amanda, it was great, wasn't it? I'm still recovering though, but it was wonderful. So if I'm a little low energy tonight, you guys, I apologize, but I'm tired. I hit a brick wall today, I think, because we've been going for like 4 weeks now. Between my release and IOD's release and the trip and the Salsa Fest, it's been a lot.
Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks.
Yeah. I'm seeing a lot of blue, but I don't see any red comments. But you said you're seeing, oh, I see a couple of red. Okay.
Oh, you see them different colors based on the platform?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, blue is Facebook and red is YouTube.
Oh,
so we must be streaming in both places because I'm seeing comments from
see, I don't see
places.
that. You know what? I hate to do this. I have to put on headphones because you are quiet today.
Am I quiet?
You are quiet to me. I can barely hear you.
You guys, should I boost? Am I quiet?
No. I'm saying I can't hear you.
You want to turn the cooler off?
Not the microphone.
Oh.
I cannot hear you.
I see. Working on making sure I can come to your retreat in April. Oh, Amanda, I hope so. I'm so excited. We have, what I'd say, 40 seats, I think, when I looked last time.
Last you told me was this morning, it was 38.
Yeah, I think
so
we're
if
up
there
to
was
40.
2 since, which is possible.
So we have 20 seats left. I'm excited.
No, yeah,
I'm
20
so
seats left.
Yeah. So I don't know how many of you guys saw the venue. It's beautiful. And someone made a comment about it being accessible. And that is why one of the reasons why I chose that venue is because it is accessible. You know, the way it's set up, the way the restrooms are. And there's a space upstairs, but we're probably not going to be using that. Maybe for like us.
Well, there's no elevator.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. We won't be using it for the event, but we might be using it like for staging and stuff for us.
I didn't even hear you. I got to plug in.
Oh.
I hate to say it. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
I'm going deep.
He's going deep. I should take a picture of him with my other, all my devices are locked up right now, or I would show you guys. Windy, Illinois. Oh my goodness. Hey, Kathleen, 20 miles per hour.
There we go. I can hear you now.
Thank you, Angie. Yes, it did fill up fast. I'm excited. I am, and everyone's laughing about the space. They said it looks bougie, baby.
It is, and that's the point, because it's set up for weddings and quinceañeras and anniversaries and even memorials.
Yeah.
They have them there too.
Community events.
Yeah.
We have like our sponsor dinners.
I don't think we've had a bar mitzvah there yet.
I don't know.
But I keep trying to get one to go there.
You get one to go there?
Every time I see a quinceañera, I pop my head in and I say Mazel Tov. And they all just look at me.
They just look at you.
Yeah.
You causing problems.
Why? Babe. It's a celebration, Mazel.
I know.
I know. I'm all in.
So you guys know what? I'm going to tell you guys what I'm going to do, and then we'll get started with intros after that. How about that? Because I'm running late today. I apologize.
Sure.
But I'm moving slow. Look, my list of supplies is super simple today, you guys. I meant to upload a photo.
While you look for that, I will tell everybody, if you're on Facebook, please share. We would really appreciate it. A comment helps, even if it's just to say hi. Hit an emoji. Which one do you want?
We don't care which one?
We do not care. Let me see. Let me pick out one. Here you go. Since it's fall, I just did a freezy emoji.
A freezy emoji? Okay.
Yeah.
If you guys are interested in learning more about the Royce Cycled Retreat, here's a QR code. And are you able to put a link in the comments?
Is that what you messaged me?
Yeah.
I should be able to.
Can you do it without causing problems? Because we haven't said hi to everybody yet. You want to say hi first so you don't lose comments?
No. Let me see if I can find it.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
It's early.
It's early. So if you are interested, if you're on YouTube, here's a QR code for the retreat. And this is not like, it's just for you to please put the freezing emoji. Just for more information. So there's a page. And then if you guys have questions, of course, you guys can message me. And I'd be happy to answer. Northern Michigan is cold and wet tonight.
I believe that.
It's like, it's warm here. Like, it's warm. What was it today, like 90 something?
It was, which is cooler than it has been, but it's still way too hot for this time of year.
Yeah, usually I'm used to the first, it'll be warm. The first night of the fair, boom, cold. That's what we're used to. And we did not get the boom cold.
Heck, there was once 8 years ago where it was cold rain and hail.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Where literally we had a disaster area declared. Nothing like what's happening in the southeast. But it still happened, yeah.
So I'm going to be using the Royce Cycled Textures. This is crockery textures, and you guys are going to see why it's called crockery textures in just a moment. Decoupage paper tonight in conjunction with the crockery stencil, which you get 2 crockeries, and I did do some of the markings that you would see on the really old crockery pieces as well. And then the Iron Orchid Design Rose Botanical transfer, and then I have a 12 by 16 panel that I'll be working on tonight. And so I'll be using some chalk style paint as well, and some water-based varnish to decoupage with. So I'm gonna start working on my background, babe, while you say hi to everybody. But I'm trying to make a decision if I wanna use paper for my background, like script, or if I want to just paint my background. I keep going back and forth.
All right. So I started to say, please share.
Yes.
Like it, share, hit, make a comment. It really does help. Also make sure that you get, that it comes up in your feed. So even though you follow Royce, it may not be coming up in your feed.
Yes.
If you don't
interact.
Yeah, you got to really do the interaction. If you're on YouTube, hit the thumbs up and hit the bell, which will alert you when it is here. If you subscribe, you can customize your alerts. So you don't have to get alerts for everything on YouTube. You can only get the ones you want. So I get Royce, and I get Not Another Cooking Show, the one that taught us
about the fettuccine?
Fettuccine, yeah.
The real fettuccine?
Yep.
Alfredo.
So, all right, so we have Angie on Facebook, Angie Champagne, Madonna Frazee Rap, Doris Rushing
Madonna.
From Cool, North Carolina, Sheila Morton. That's why I picked the Frazee, is because Doris said Cool, North Carolina, so I figured why not.
Oh.
Sheila Mortensen Teagan, Vicky Valdez Green, Janine Tabor Crane, Susan Steinberg Prentice, Memory Williams, Kathy Hall, Pam Wasson, Chris Schmidt, Vintage Bandits Mercantile.
Hey, Beth.
Karen Moyer, Amanda Velderman. Let's see, she said working on making sure it can come to the retreat. Kathleen O'Brien Hoovis from Extremely Windy, Illinois. Sandra Grandy, Chris Schmidt, Janet Taylor Borgers. Yeah, Angie, it did fill up fast. I know Royce has said some of this. I was doing other stuff.
Yeah.
Kathy Hall said it was amazing. So I'm guessing Kathy was at Sonnets.
Oh, yeah, at Sonnets, yes.
Erica Kevin Peck from Wisconsin. I know we met Erica.
Yes, we did, because we always, for a while, we thought she was like our local Kevin Peck. Remember?
Yeah.
That's what she was saying. She was confused, like, wait, they think I'm somebody else.
Yeah. Mickey Hopkins, I saw the cloches you made. Did you use rice paper, Royce?
You know what? The cloches, actually, Melissa made those from, oh, Lord, Melissa's going to kill me. I always forget business names. I'm sorry, Melissa. Melissa Natarak from Canada. She made those, and she used a clear resin. I have purchased a clear resin that I'm going to experiment with because you can cure it with a UV light, and it's a one-step. So I'm hoping I have good results with that, and I will share those as soon as I
Can you do the sun? Is that what you're counting on as the UV light?
No, I have a UV light that I bought.
Oh, okay, because, well, I mean, we get so much sun.
Yeah, but I want to control, you know.
All right, fair enough.
No, you can buy, and they're relatively inexpensive too. I have a big one from my stencils, but I bought a small one. So I'm gonna experiment. We're gonna see what happens, and then I will come and share my results with you guys.
All right, we also have Doris Smith Penn, Flea Brown, signed up for the retreat, booked the room.
Yeah,
That's the other thing.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah, if those of you, okay, so if you signed up for the retreat, in your first email, like your confirmation email, there is information. Oh, it's not gonna, it's saying that my iPhone is full, so it's not gonna record. Ugh. Sorry, you guys. What was I saying? Your first confirmation email will have the information about how to book your rooms, because we have set aside some rooms for those who are coming to the retreats. And there is, I think it's $125 a night, you guys, is the price. And it doesn't matter what size room you get, the price is going to be the same. So I think a lot of the ladies are booking now so that they can get the rooms that they want.
I can't speak to other parts of the country, but that's a good rate here.
Yes.
That's a really good rate here.
It's a really good rate, and just because you're reserving now doesn't mean you're paying now either.
Right.
Right? You're just reserving your room.
So we're in a weird
that's
spot. We don't have a ton of tourism, but we do have our hotels filled because of the mine here.
Yes.
And all the contractors just book rooms because we don't have enough housing. So the room rates are really, really high here. If you book and click the link, because trust me, you get a way better rate.
Yeah, and they have to call.
Yeah.
But the email has the phone number on how to cook. All
right, we also have Joanna Rogers, Karen Moyer, Jan McCrary, CNC DIY Factory. Let's see, Joni White from Minnesota. And, well, Susan, we will answer that in 1 second. Susan Prentice, excuse me. But let me get this on the YouTubes. Yolanda, Kathleen Hoovis, Rhonda Brown, Susan Glazer, Treasure Simone. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Gert Gerenzer.
I believe Treasure's coming too. We met her at the retreat.
Oh, okay, cool. Gert Gerenzer. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Says, hello, watching from Florida, so I'm glad you have power.
Oh, you know, my heart is just with the communities that are just devastated. And if you, I mean, I am so weird about things like this. I am not gonna stand up and brag about what we give or how much we give. Like, that's just not how I roll. We have given, and I've been moved to give more, and we will do that. Thank you for all of those who kind of chimed in on the best nonprofits to give to, because that's a big deal. So I think the 3 that we figured on was Samaritan's Purse, there was Something's Kitchen was the other one, and then Something Navy. There were 3 different ones.
Okay.
I have them in there. Anyways, so those are the 3 that we're going to be giving
World
to.
Kitchen? Is it World Kitchen?
I think so.
They've gone to so many disasters around the world.
Yeah.
And fed people.
I guess they're really like...
It's a chef out of New York that started it.
Oh.
And yeah, he does tremendous stuff.
So these are ones that are specifically like actively present in the communities that have been, you know, devastated. And so I would just like encourage you guys, if you can,
yeah.
You know.
And we understand not everybody can.
Yeah. And don't think that it has to be a ton of money.
Yeah.
You know.
$5. Heck, when we had a fire that ran through the western part of the county here, and it wiped out, about 40 structures.
Yeah.
27 homes. I think it was 27 homes. Basically, it displaced about 75 people. I'm not equating that to what happened in the Southeast.
Yeah.
I mean, that's literally, hundreds of people have been killed. That's
Thousands, baby, are still missing.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, for us, that was a big deal.
Yes.
And all they said was anything you could do. It was amazing. People would come up with 5 bottles of water.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where the community finally said, we've got enough. Thank you. Let's help others.
Yes.
So, yeah, anything helps. Let's see. Treasure Simone signed up, reserved her room. Sarah JD asked Kathy Hall, is that Kathy Joe DIYs? And Lady Poe, Aaron from Dallas. Let's see. Yeah, Chef Jose Andres. Thank you, Amanda Velderman. And it is. That's World Kitchen. He is World Central Kitchen. Nola Ignatius. Thank you. Yeah, the guy's phenomenal. And I mean, he could be making money and he's out there doing this.
Yeah.
So, Angie said the desk attendant wasn't aware of the retreat rates. So it might not be an issue now. Yes, because you dealt with the manager.
I did, but if anybody is having issues, let me know, because I'll call Martine, because this is supposed to be set up. And I know some of the ladies have already booked their rooms too, so maybe it was just that desk attendant.
It might have been.
That wasn't aware, because I know some people have already booked their rooms.
Yep.
Yeah, but if you have any trouble, let me know right away, okay? So we can get you taken care of.
And Susan Steinberg Prentice, it's so important to donate to reputable organizations.
Yeah.
100%. That's why Royce asked, who's doing stuff on the ground? So now, the question that Susan Steinberg Prentice asked, I'm late to the party, what retreat?
So I am throwing a retreat, or having a retreat, in April of 2025, April 24th through the 27th. It'll be here in Safford, Arizona. And we are going to be having a community and, creativity and some time, just kind of taking time out for ourselves and pouring into ourselves through the course of the weekend. So I'm insanely excited. Jane Belante is going to be coming, and she'll be working with us on kind of mindfulness. And you guys know how you know someone in your life who is so insanely talented, but they doubt themselves so much and they don't give themselves the credit that they deserve for their talent. Or maybe you're someone whose inner voice is always limiting what you can do or telling you what you can't do. And so we're gonna spend some time kind of speaking to those things and pouring into ourselves and to each other. So I'm so grateful.
I like the way you described it when we were on the flight home, which was a story, or flights home, I should say.
I know, our flights there were so wonderful.
Yeah, the flight there was really great. You said it's a chance to play.
Yeah, we're gonna play creatively. We're just gonna play. We're gonna explore. And I'm gonna drive a couple of people crazy because it's gonna be a bit of a journey. You guys are not gonna know where you're going, but we're gonna be doing stuff. And then when you leave, my heart is that you will have created something that you didn't believe was possible for you to create. So we will see.
All right, I had to back out of Facebook and come back in because mine froze.
Oh.
I know it wasn't anybody
else
else's. So I lost my comments is what I'm saying. So just,
okay.
if you asked a question, I apologize, just ask it again.
So you guys, I'm just building up a background. I am using, this is like, if it was by itself, it would probably look white, but because it's next to white, you can see that it's gray. It's called limestone. It's a super light gray color. And then I'm using Antique Via, which is a really warm white from Wise Owl. And then, I am just using, this is transparent too. I didn't mean to do that, but this is just a really white, it's acrylic, but you can see next to this white that this is white, this is a warm white, and this is a gray. So I'm just making a background for us to put our design on. I was gonna do something dark and moody, but I couldn't find the scale that I needed, so we're gonna do something fresh and bright today. But you guys notice how haphazard I'm being? Not super structured, right? I'm just putting down paint and moving it around. And my goal is just to cover up the surface, to cover all the wood. Oh man, that was way too much.
All right, let me ask you this while you're doing that.
Yes.
Sonnet's Retreat,
Yes.
what was your favorite part?
My favorite part was hanging out and talking to her, but it's always my favorite part. I'm
You're
sorry.
kind of cutting out. Can you double check? Oh, your mic is into your shirt.
Oh. No, it's poking out.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, okay.
When you straightened your shirt, it.
Okay. Let me do this.
Yeah.
See if that will help. Okay. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. My favorite part was just the time that we had to just hang out and get to know each. Honestly, my favorite part was going to the dive bar for the fish fry. Which was, that was my favorite part though.
So Royce got an education on a Friday in Wisconsin. Fridays in Wisconsin are always fish fry night. And it's fish that generally was caught that day.
It was good.
Good. You had what? Perch?
I believe so,
I think you
yes.
had lake perch. Sandra said yes, the dive bar was a blast.
It was.
Those ladies made me laugh.
That's why it was so much fun. I posted a picture you took of us laughing. We were trying to take a serious picture with me, Sonnet, and Connie, because Connie makes custom paper for Sonnet's membership box, or not membership box, also.
Okay.
So that's why they were calling us the Box Girls.
Oh, okay.
So we're trying to get a picture, but we were laughing, and so that's one of the ones I posted.
Amanda Velderman, they went to a fish fry. Oh, Amanda. Did I meet Amanda? I apologize if I did.
Yes.
I met a lot of people. I'm so sorry.
There were a lot of people, but
Yeah, and they would come up and they would say, "Hi, I am," and I'm like, "Oh, okay. It's great to meet you. I'm so sorry." It takes me about 3 or 4 times to remember people.
well, to put a face with the name, because you're used to just seeing a name on the screen.
Look, we were at our county fair this weekend, and I had at least 3 people come up to me, including our ticket taker.
I thought you knew who he was.
I had no clue, but they were talking to me like they've known me for years.
They were. That's why I was like, "Oh, who's that?" He's
So-
like, "I don't know."
So, we sang happy birthday to Amanda.
We
Okay,
did.
now I remember. Now I remember Amanda. Thank you. She hated it too, by the way.
She did. They warned me that she would, but they told me to do it, Amanda. They set me up. They set you up, actually. But
So-
it was wonderful,
Yeah.
Amanda.
So Amanda said they went to a fish fry on Friday as well, probably not the same place. So
Yeah.
Tina Hayes, where in Wisconsin were you?
We were in Appleton, Wisconsin. Although David drove around. You went to what? Appleton, Green Bay,
I went to
Oshkosh.
Yeah, I went to Green Bay the first day, and I toured Lambeau Field and bought a jersey. That's my Christmas present, which I wore today when they beat the Arizona Cardinals.
Yes. His old school jersey. It's not the green and the yellow.
No, I got a throwback. I went for one of the first members of the Football Hall of Fame. He was in the first class, Don Hudson.
Okay.
He was the first great receiver in the game during a time when nobody passed.
Oh,
So,
okay.
but he was.
I'm not surprised that's the jersey that you chose.
Yep.
Something obscure that nobody knows.
No, well, if you love football, you know that.
I know,
Yeah.
but I mean.
4 Packers in that first Hall of Fame class. So,
Oh.
Johnny Blood McNally, Don Hudson, Curly Lambeau, and I cannot remember the 4th, and that's going to drive me crazy.
You'll remember before the night is over.
But anyway, I went to Green Bay. I did that, toured. Then I came back because I didn't want to be too long because I wasn't sure. Second day, I went to Oshkosh, and then I went down to Fond du Lac, mainly because those were places I had gone when I was younger, like Fond du Lac in my teens and Oshkosh in my early 20s. And I just wanted to see the towns, and they radically changed.
It's been a while, baby.
It's been a long time. It's been
Hey, Patricia.
almost 40 years for Fond du Lac. No, more than 40 years for Fond du Lac, and almost 40 years for Oshkosh. So,
Just a little while.
and then I toyed with Stevens Point, but I never made it. So then my last day, I just walked around Appleton, and they had a farmer's market. and kind of went to some thrift stores, see what they had around.
I know. David even went to yard sales, you guys. He went yard
Oh yeah,
selling.
I did. I found one comic book. It was Elf, and the guy laughed at me when I asked, "Any comic books?" And he pulled out a beat-up copy of Elf.
Alf, A-L-F.
ALF, the
Oh, my
comic book
goodness.
based on that goofy TV show.
Yes.
And he goes, "Yeah, that's it." And then we chatted.
Yeah.
So Tony Candaneo was not part of the first Hall of Fame group. He is one of 6 Packers whose numbers have been retired. There's only 6 Packers numbers retired
Oh, out of all this time?
out of all that time, but the Packers have the second most football Hall of Famers. First is the Bears. They have the most.
I thought you were going to say the Cowboys.
No. Steelers might be close. Steelers might actually have overtaken the Packers. But, yeah, not Tony. Hudson had his number retired too. So, Amanda Velderman, everybody was so in tune. There was some harmonizing. I just see when women get together and sing happy birthday, there's always a few that can hit the harmony. Not men.
No?
No.
I think it depends, baby. If you were at, like, with one of my cousins singing happy birthday, there would be some competing and some harmonizing. I can tell you right now.
Men's cast, such a pretty part of the country in the fall, which is what I was hoping to show Royce, because, like I say, I'm from that general vicinity. We went to Wisconsin all the time. The leaves were not really changing a lot. It's been so
it's been
warm.
really warm there, so they haven't had what they normally would have.
Yeah. Jane Belante Art
Hey, Jane.
says, we had a great dinner with, right?
We did. We
Yeah.
went to a brewery.
Who did we go with, Jane?
To the brewery. That was Saturday night.
Right, we went with Jane and like 4 others.
Yes. You guys put me on the spot, huh, baby?
Sandra was there, right? And the young lady who joins us on Whatnot,
Yes.
she's Lightning
No, she's Queen.
Queen. That's
Queen
it.
Lydia.
Queen Lydia, yeah.
Yes.
So, but Jane asks, what are you making?
I am going to be using the crockery stencil. We're going to make a crock. So right now I'm just trying to make a background, which I just put too much gray on, and so now I'm trying to knock it back again. I should have just left well enough alone, but I did not. So now I'm trying to fix it.
Gert says, love the Packers. Tabby Maybe says, I'm making her homesick. I moved from Madison to Austin a few years ago. I miss the fall time there.
Yeah, they're just, the leaves hadn't
Oh,
turned
Sandra was
right.
at the bar with us.
Yeah.
I knew Sandra was with us.
No, Lydia was with us at the brewery.
Oh, okay.
And then Lynn and Megan and who was sitting next to you?
I brought her husband.
No, I'm like
I was at the,
at the bougie place we went to.
yeah, I was next to you and her husband.
No.
Yeah, really true. All right, Treasure Simone says Sandra, Tara, and Sylvia probably.
Yeah.
Oh, Jane says the leaves are just starting to turn.
Oh man, they waited for us to leave.
And she said, Kathy,
So rude.
Pam, Linda, Connie, Kay, and Kathy's husband.
Okay.
I am awful at names. I apologize.
I'm terrible. I warned everybody though. I did.
I can
I can
remember.
see faces.
I can remember city councils passing certain ordinances and when they did it, but I don't ask me to remember names.
If I have something to attach their name to, like as soon as you said our whatnot, I'm like, oh yeah, Queen Lydia. Like I remember that.
Yep.
But yeah, so their leaves, I was hoping, and then I'm taking a class right now. It's like an art fodder challenge, and one of the artists uses leaves. And I really meant to bring leaves home from Wisconsin because I don't have a lot of choices here in Arizona. But I forgot. I was having too much fun.
Min says it's been 12 years since moving from Chicago to Houston. Still struggle with getting into the Christmas spirit. It is different. It's
Yeah.
been 30 years for me since moving from Chicago to Arizona. It is not the same. I will say that.
It's not the same.
It's not
There's
bad.
no chestnuts roasting on the open fire.
No, just there's no snow.
I know.
And
I'm just being facetious.
not every Christmas had snow, but generally we had snow by Christmas.
At least it would be like cooler.
Oh, it's
probably.
cold. It's
She was
cold.
like, oh, it's cold.
Jane asked, did you bring home a pine cone?
I did not, Jane. I did not make it back over to get pine cones either. I'm just fired.
And let's see. Carol Kincaid, leaves are changing fast in Michigan. So cold.
Yeah, I was really hoping, because I know that's why Sonnet had it right now too, was because the leaves would normally be, and you guys notice I have on my retreat t-shirt tonight too.
So it was fun. I had fun. I had fun talking with the ladies.
The ladies.
I did. There was one gentleman who took part. He was there with
Yes.
his wife, right?
You know what? He was so good because he participated the whole time. Because sometimes, you'll see gentlemen will come and then they're just kind of like bah humbug the whole time.
And then they leave and go to Green Bay.
Yeah, it's okay, baby. I did not expect you to stay in art with us. I wanted you to have like a vacation, so.
But I was there for your presentation.
Yes. Which was short. Like I was last, you guys. I think by the time I went on, everybody was tired. It wasn't short. It was longer than it should have been, but it's hard to teach something in an hour. And then we had the drawing.
Yeah.
And we did happy birthday first, and then Royce talked about stuff, and then we started. But I really did just want to talk about how we speak to ourselves, and the questions that we ask ourselves are really important.
CNC DIY Factory, that was Chris and I at the retreat. See, I knew. Chris, the gentleman.
Yes. I knew.
Wearing a Bears jersey.
Is that why you remember?
That's why I remember, because I thought about mouthing off, and I was like, he's there to have fun.
I'm sure he would have enjoyed it. Just, the opportunity to.
And Sandra said, yes, but you brought chocolate, which is true.
I did. I wanted you guys to be awake. So you guys saw me. I just did like I said, 3 different whites for the background, randomly switching them around. I just wanted to have some movement in the background. And I put a layer of the gray right here just to kind of have like a suggestion of a table. And so what we're going to do is I want to do this paper to make a vessel for our flowers. And so this is the new recycled crockery stencil. You have 2 different ones. This is a shorter crock, and then the
Do me a favor, check your connection.
Check connection.
That you're plugged in, because it's popping in and out.
I'm in.
Okay.
It's connected.
I'm not debating that. Sometimes the connection didn't go all the way in.
No, you're fine.
I've been known to not plug it in all the way.
You are fine, darling.
So.
And I didn't make sure I had a blender. I believe I do. If I don't, it's not a big deal. I can use like a pencil or something.
CNC DIY Factory would have been just fine if you razzed him about the Bears jersey. Hey, I give him credit. He was in Wisconsin with a Bears jersey. That's a tough guy.
I say, oh, you're the one breaking the rules, Mr. Chicago.
I explained why I love the Packers.
I know. I'm just saying.
So, H2 Home Designs, who is from Green Bay, says hello and asked if we visited Lambeau. I did. Royce didn't.
Yeah, David did.
But we did go up to Lambeau on Sunday before our flight. And are you going to do, I don't want to, I'm going to tease, are you going to have any of what we found in this coming Friday's whatnot?
We are. I actually pulled everything out of the suitcase. We found a St. Vincent de Paul Benz in Green Bay, wherever we were.
Yes, it was Green Bay.
So we went there. Oh man, this is a lot of ink. More than I intended. And so I found some stuff there. And then we went to the Benz. Me and Lynn snuck off and went to the Benz in Appleton. But we really didn't have enough time. Like we were sneaking off and we had to get back. So we didn't really have like a ton of time to really shop. But I found a few things there.
That was in Appleton.
Yes.
But in Green Bay,
Yeah, in Green Bay, I found more stuff.
you're not going to say yet, are you?
No.
Okay. Let me just say, come to our Whatnot on Friday.
Yes.
You found some cool stuff.
I did. I found some really cool stuff, and I'm gonna have to make time to do what I want to do.
And
with
it cost us extra money.
Oh my gosh, you guys! So we had one suitcase, and we filled it half full, knowing, like my husband, knowing his wife, knew that I want to bring some stuff home. So we filled it half full. Well, the things I found were heavy, and I just didn't think about it. We should have just bought a used suitcase at the thrift store,
Right.
and checked another bag, but we didn't. We're there at the airport. We're not late,
No.
but we're cutting it close. Like, we did not have time to mess around, fiddle around with our bags.
We did not have fiddle around time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So we just went ahead and took the hit, $100 extra because my bag was
7 pounds.
7 pounds over. So sad. But it was porcelain, so.
Jane went picking today, found a ton of bingo cards.
Ooh, did you, Jane? Somebody had bingo cards at the sale at Sonnet's event, and I bought all of them. Every single one.
H2 Home Designs, we are Bears fans in Packer country. Nothing wrong with that. I'm a Packers fan in Cardinals country. And I let my coworker, who is not only a Cardinals fan, but literally the sports guy at our radio station, he's in for an earful tomorrow. Because the Packers won and won handily, as did the Bears.
The last score was 13 to.
Yeah, no, it was what 32 to I forget, but
Yeah.
they won well. Bears won really, really well. They played in London, and they spanked the Jaguars. Good for the Bears.
They spanked them.
Yeah, I'm glad to see that. I'm glad when the North is competitive.
So you guys see how I just used my crockery stencil with the crockery paper. So when I made this paper, this is how I imagine it would be used. And so on that paper, you have 4 different textures. So you can use whichever texture. I just thought this one would be really pretty because we've been using some fresh pink flowers. And I thought that this would be a good choice for that. And so we're just going to kind of build out our mixed media piece using all the things. Not all the things, but some of the things. And you guys know I like going off edge a little bit, but I don't know. Let's see. You don't have to fussy cut your transfers, right? Because once you take the backing off, all you're going to transfer is the art. But sometimes if I'm thinking about placement, I like to fussy cut mine a little bit. That way I know exactly how it's going to look. When I apply it.
Rima Becerra, Royce, do you understand the football stuff?
No.
You're not ignorant about it.
I'm not ignorant, but like the only reason I know what I know is because my son played football.
Right.
And he doesn't play anymore.
Well, you don't pay attention.
So I have no.
But you have some basic knowledge.
I know basic knowledge. I know, how the downs. I mean, I have very basic knowledge. Just enough for me to know when to cheer when Jordan played football.
Patricia Hemphills. Is it Hemphill? All right, here's a question. Patricia, answer it for me. Do you pronounce it Hemphill or Hemphil? Because we have somebody in our community with the same last name.
Yeah, but he pronounces it Hemphill.
I've heard people pronounce it Hemphil.
I went to school with Brad. We've always said Hemphill.
Oh, okay, good. Because that's the way I pronounce it. And I want to make sure I pronounce it right on the air. And to answer your question, Patricia, yes, I am in radio.
So now I feel like my background's going to be boring, but maybe it needs to be. Because I was almost going to use a script decoupage paper, but I decided against it.
Hemphill. See, that's what I always thought. But then I've had a couple of people in public meetings say, well, Mr. Hemphill.
I know. People say Stafford all the time too, baby. There's no T.
Well, that's just, I get that.
So, what do you guys think?
Well,
I think all that's going to be so pretty.
We had 2 people in our community spell their names exactly the same and pronounce them differently.
I know.
McGahee, which is the pronunciation I've always known.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And then I get here and somebody says, yeah, my name's pronounced McGoy.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, if that's how you pronounce it, that's why I'm going to say it. But fine. So that's why I ask. I'm just curious.
And I'm going to be using Wise Owl's 1-hour enamel on this today. If you guys if you have questions or anything, let me know. I'm not doing a whole lot of instruction tonight. I apologize. But we have so much to talk about, though.
What do we have to talk about?
Well, about our trip. That's what we're talking about.
Oh, I thought,
So
this was a discussion. Dave, I'm leaving you.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, when a woman says we have to talk,
It's usually no good.
nothing good comes from it.
We were watching something, and the guy and the girl split up, and like she wholly expected him to be her friend. I'm all telling David, if you leave me, we cannot be friends.
Oh, it was New Girl we were watching last night. Yeah.
No, we are not going to be friends. I mean, if we have children, of course, you have to be friends. But like,
no, I would say I'm not friends with my ex.
Well, no, but you have to be friendly.
Oh, absolutely. Well,
Yes.
We're married. Why wouldn't I be friendly to her?
Well, I know.
I mean, and there was not, I mean, look, if you're in a situation where there's abuse or anything like that, then absolutely no.
I know, but in the situation we were talking about specifically, she wanted him to like hang out and still be like kind of the person that he was in the relationship. No, there'll be none of that business. My stuff has gotten a lot thick in my jar, so I had to find my squirt bottle.
All right, I've said this many times, and I don't think people really understand
Nobody understands.
when I say this, because I've had people come on my show and they say, I hear you talk about your wife and how supportive you are of her business. I'm going to say it right now. I need you guys to buy more paper.
Oh my gosh, don't even get him started, you guys.
Because I'm getting tired of people thinking I'm really, really supportive. I'm not. I want a rich wife.
He is supportive. Don't let him fool y'all.
I need her to be wealthy so I can be...
He wants to be a kept man.
I want to be a layabout.
A layabout?
I do. I want to be a cad. Nah, I don't want to be a cad. Cad's rude.
What's a cad?
A player.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't want to be that. I just want to be a layabout.
Baby, now you know, if you ever retire, you're going to have to come work for Royce.
I'm okay with that. I know the boss. I think I can get away with stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Flea, you are 100% right. Sugar mama, yes. Yes, that's what I need. So I need you to buy some stencils, some paper.
Now you got
support these local businesses that sell it, and get some other stuff too while you're there.
If there are any recycled retailers who are watching tonight, please put your links to where customers can find the recycled decoupage paper and or stencils for a favor. So you guys will notice whenever I decoupage, like on here, I'll seal the whole thing, not just the part where I'm decoupaging, because having something look like a really, what's the word I'm looking for? Concise came to my mind, and it's not the right word. Looking integrated, you want your sheen to be the same. So if I just decoupage this part, the sheen would be different from everywhere else. So whenever I decoupage, I always go ahead and seal everything at the same time.
We do have to say, because you promised you would say hello to Ariana.
Hey, Ariana.
Who is watching. That's our daughter-in-law, who my wife actually got crafting today.
She did.
And Sheila Teagan says, are you putting sealer on?
I am, Sheila. This is just a water-based varnish that I'm putting
You popped out again. There you go.
It's a water-based varnish that I'm using to both decoupage and to, como se dice, to seal. So I use my water-based varnish to adhere my decoupage and also to seal it.
Could I ask a favor of anybody on YouTube? Just post anything.
Why are you not getting from YouTube?
I have not seen a comment come in probably a good 25 minutes.
Oh, I hope we're still live.
Now
on
it's
YouTube.
moving. The picture's moving.
Okay.
So I'm not seeing an issue there. I just want to make sure that I'm not frozen on the comments.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna come back and put another shadow. I just wanted to put something really dark, like right underneath my vessel, while my clear coat was still wet, because I'm using a charcoal. So if I use a charcoal by itself and I don't have sealer, it'll just keep moving. So I went ahead and put a little bit while my sealer was still wet, and I'll come back in and play with that shadow a little bit after we get everything dried. Now, you guys, I'm working on a wood panel, and I have painted on multiple layers of paint, and then I've also put a sealer on here. So when you are using your transfer over your layered pieces, you really want to make sure that your surface is completely dry before you start putting your transfer on there. And a lot of times it'll feel dry, but there could still be moisture underneath. So if you're in a situation where you're trying to apply a transfer and your paint is lifting, more than likely it's because there's still moisture underneath. And so that's why your paint is lifting. So,
guys, I'm going to turn the sound off for just a minute. Royce and I are going to switch microphones.
oh, am I still popping in and out?
Yeah.
I'm lifting up my shirt over here.
Yeah, there was some terms of service violation.
You're so terrible. Okay.
I saw things, people. I saw things. They're beautiful, but I saw them.
Nobody else saw it.
All right, that's fine. On YouTube, thank you guys. Christy Scarborough, Flea Brown, Marianne O'Hara says, I tell my husband the next time I marry, it'll be for money. Good girl. Susan Glazer said, anything. Jeannie Henricks, excuse me. We're here, Lady Poe. Io. Sarah JD. Susan Glazer, I tried to post a comment earlier, it would not let me.
That's so weird.
Jeannie Henricks, Dave, do you watch Charlie Barron's Manitowoc Minute? No, but I'm going to now. I want to.
Now you want to watch it?
Well, anything with Manitowoc.
Oh, okay. I am going to go back over my my vessel, my crockery here with my stencil, just to add some details, you guys.
So,
should I add a mark? You guys tell me. Should I add a mark or no? Or should I just leave it butamus?
Ari did say hello while we were switching mics.
Oh, okay.
So hi, Ari. Susan Prentice, how many years till retirement, David? Think you better start part-time working for Royce. And laughed. We've discussed it. There is a certain dollar amount that sales have to hit.
I know, and our thing honestly is health insurance.
It really is, because I can get it through my work. So I would rather.
He does work part-time though, Portecito. He works on the weekends to help fold papers.
Yeah. But I would love to. I would love to be the shipping manager and just the warehouse manager.
And customer service too. You keep trying to shirk that one.
I will do it. I don't mind. I like talking to people. Madonna says no mark.
Okay, I don't think so. Not with this pattern.
Lady Post says yes, add the mark.
Oh my gosh,
I
you
know.
guys. I think if I had used maybe one of the other crockery textures on the paper, that I would have added a mark. But this blue is so pretty and fresh that I kind of don't want to do it.
Chris Schmidt says leave it plain. Karen Moyer, probably a mark.
Because look, you guys, I feel like if I would have used this one, and you guys, these aren't just plain. You guys see that like yummy crazing on there? And that one is like a more of a warmer, and then this one is like grungier. But how fun would these textures would be to make like your own crockery. And then of course, you guys know I had to do like a yummy patina one. I almost did this one tonight, but I couldn't make my mind on the background, and so I ended up with something, oh man, fresh. You know what I mean? I always think about like the how something's going to feel, not just how it looks. And so I felt like these together feel really fresh as opposed to something grungier or moodier.
Lori Kentner, I'm buying as much as I can from Colleen and Mike David. I can only decoupage so much. My husband won't stand still long enough.
We decoupage him too, huh?
That one's good. No, we have discussed it. I would love to. I would love to be working for Royce. And like I say, I don't mind doing customer service and working the warehouse. But we do have to get to a certain dollar to afford health insurance.
Yeah.
Unless we can get a nationalized health service.
Well, when David goes on Medicare, maybe.
Yeah, that's a maybe.
Because then it's
3
will
years.
only be one of us
3 years.
that will have to pay out of pocket for.
Yeah. Karen Moyer, I really went back and forth. Maybe a small gold something?
Something gold on there? I don't know. Let's put it all together and then we'll make a decision. Like, I even feel like maybe my tabletop needs to be a little bit darker. You guys can tell me. I was just trying to keep everything light. I'm going to try to do my transfer now. Y'all pray for me because I don't know if it's going to work. And then I want to finish a project too tonight, babe. I want to video it so I can get the video up. Because I have this project that I started, and all I need to do is to just go over it with some gold to make all my details pop. But I need to do that. So I want to do that tonight too before we get off.
Ed B's Attic. Well, you do have a good voice for customer service. I worked mortgage collections.
For a long time.
Well, not a long time, for a couple of years.
So this is the Rose Botanical transfer that I'm using from. And you guys, it's just sheet after sheet. It's 8 sheets of beautiful roses. And we're using this large one here. I've just cut it off. I've already trimmed it. And I trimmed it pretty good because I wanted to be able to see exactly where I want to put it. And I think I'm going to have to cut off. Not I think. I am going to have to cut off.
Mary Casey asks, are you going to crackle the vase?
You know what, Mary? I thought about it. I have my crackle stamp over here. I think there is some crazing on the paper already, but I think I may do a little bit more. Oh, Lord. I cut my leaf. I didn't mean to. I suppose this would have been easier if I would have put my flowers in there first, but that is not what I did, so we are gonna make it work.
Can you decoupage over a transfer?
You can. Absolutely.
I don't think I've seen you do that.
So let me see if I have it down here, because I have a project where I literally, this one. So this is a project where I put the transfer on first, and then I took advantage of the transparency of the tissue paper and I decoupaged it right over the top of the transfer so that it looks like it's behind glass. So
I'm waiting for it to come up on the
oh,
screen.
it's not showing up yet?
Not yet.
Okay. So
Oh,
yeah,
there it is.
You can absolutely decoupage over a transfer.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is a whole piece of decoupage right over the top of that transfer. And this was one of Ricky Schumacher's papers, and I used the sky because I thought it just reminded me of glass. I should do this again, but different, because I didn't do a good job of my label there, y'all. So we're gonna go ahead and try to transfer this. I'm gonna see what happens. I got a lot of stuff going on in here, so there might be some moisture that may cause problems, but we'll see. We shall see.
So just if anybody's wondering why Royce is a little low energy tonight,
I'm tired.
this is the busy time in Arizona. It's not just busy for us, it's the busy time in Arizona. There are 2 months out of the year where you basically can do stuff.
Where the weather is nice enough. Well,
Yeah.
2 months in the fall, and
No,
then
no,
you have in the
it's
spring.
October and March.
Oh, April's too.
April can be warm.
Yeah, but not like
Yeah,
108 degrees warm.
We've gotten it.
In April?
It has gotten to 100 in April.
In Safford.
No, I don't know about in Safford. I'm just saying Arizona.
Oh, okay.
It has in Lake Havasu.
Well, Lake Havasu is just the
It's always
devil.
hotter. Yeah, it's always hotter than everywhere.
The devil lives in Lake Havasu.
Well, not since I moved, but but yes, I'm just saying Arizona.
Yes.
The two best months are October and March. We don't tend to get rain in those months. The
It
wind,
can be windy in March.
it can be, and I'm not saying we don't get rain. We just tend
Yeah.
not to. It can be a little windy, but it's generally not horrible. April's much windier than March. So everything tends to get packed into these months. So 2 weeks ago, we had our big event in town, which is Salsa Fest,
Yes.
and you were there for the whole weekend of that.
Yes.
Then the weekend after that, you went to Sonnets.
Yes.
Then this weekend is our county fair, and it's a big deal here.
Yes. And no mention, we had an IOD release the day before I went to Sonnets.
Yep.
And then I had my release
I-
right before
I mean, that's.
Salsa Fest.
I'm just saying locally the stuff,
Oh.
including Sonnet because of travel.
Yeah.
And next weekend we have another one. It's
Oktoberfest.
Harvest Fest
Oh.
and Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
So if Royce seems a little lower energy than normal, there's a reason.
So you guys see what's happening right here? The transfer is picking up and it's picking up the paint. All I'm gonna do is leave that alone because what's happened is there's moisture under there, and so that's why it's doing that. So that's why if you're gonna do this project, oh man, I should have cut that off. I might have to, So I'm gonna have to leave this alone because it wants to lift up my paper too. So when that happens, it's because there's moisture under there. And my stem, I have a stem hanging over my piece. I should have cut that whole leaf off right there, but I'll have to do something to rectify it. Maybe I'll end up putting a mark on there. We'll see what happens. But how pretty is that? And then I want to put this, I just can't, should I put it down here? No, I should put it up top.
Susan Steinberg Prentice, Royce, you need a retreat for yourself. Yep.
I do.
April Peterson says, can you dry it from the back?
You know what, April, what happens is there's a lot, right? Because this piece of wood panel is probably a 1/4 inch thick. And so there's just moisture in there between the paint and the clear coat and there's just a lot. And so you just have to dry it. You have to be patient. And we're not good at that, I know. But I'm just gonna have to be patient and let it dry. This dried though. Look how pretty.
Jean Higginbotham, put a leaf over the stem.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea, Gene. That's what I'm gonna do. Good job. That's what my grandson would say if he were here.
He doesn't say that anymore.
I know. Good job. Well, he does say it. He just doesn't say it like that anymore.
Yeah.
It's like when you draw something on his little board, he says, good job. I'm gonna have to leave it alone, you guys. And so that's basically my project for today. And so you guys can imagine how many different combinations that you guys can do with the crockery stencil, because you do have the short crock and you have this taller one. And of course I'm using the recycled crockery textures decoupage paper, but you guys probably have other papers that you can use. Even one of Iron Orchid Designs paint inlays would be super fun to pair with this stencil. And this one is actually my favorite one, the grungy one, but I thought we'd make something pretty tonight. We've been doing grungy stuff a lot lately, so we'll do something pretty tonight. Let's do a little bit of crackle though. I think that, let me see if I can find my crackle stencils. I have my little Ziploc bags with my Ziploc, my little zipper bag, keep my stamps in. Seeing the small one.
It is a you thing, because you're popping again.
I think it's because I'm turning away from it, maybe.
I mean, it's popping in and out. It's
but I'm like leaning and moving. Maybe.
I don't know.
You think that's it?
This I do not know.
You do not know. I'm looking for a crackle stamp. I usually have one, like just sitting on my, oh, there it is.
Chris Adams, I love that crockery paper. I used mine, got
you.
4 more so I'd have them when I needed them. Oh, you mean the paper in the crockery?
Yeah, the crockery textures.
Oh, okay, because the
paper.
crockery is a stencil.
Yes, it's also a paper. So this is the crockery stencil, right? When you get all the crockery elements. And this is the crockery textures, decoupage paper.
Oh, okay.
And my intention was that you would pair the two to make different kind of crocks that you could then put different things in there. Because I
Gotcha.
almost put a Christmas tree in this crock, but I would have had to change my substrate, and I already had this one prepped because I believe it's the new Yuletide transfer that has a Christmas tree in here. That would be super cute in here. But I would almost need to have something that was just tall and, tall and skinny. But this would be scaled beautifully to go inside of either this one or this one. And then you could go around it with some more Christmassy stuff. And I almost did that one today, but this is just not the right scale for that. But let's put some crackle on here. But I need to find the right ink. The ink I'm using right now is black. And when I'm doing crackle, I don't like to use the black ink. I think it's too dark. So I'm gonna use the stone gray because it's lighter and it's gonna be more subtle. And I'm also gonna take my stamp and make it like irregular. I don't like when my crackle stamp has really like sharp lines because that's not what I want to see on my piece. And I don't generally just stamp the whole piece anyways, but just in case an edge touches, I don't want to have that really stark line be on the edge.
Jan McCrary suggests maybe some balloons falling out of the pot. And April Peterson, do you have an extra blossom to lay loose at the base of the vase?
Yeah, everyone is saying we need something down here. And I don't disagree because we need something to balance it out.
And Kathleen Huvis, do you have plans on covering the boo-boo on the left?
That one I'm just gonna paint over it. I'll just take some white paint and paint over it. And because the background is pretty, weird anyways, I think it'll be not weird, but it's not, I didn't just paint it white. It's like a bunch of different colors. I should be able to cover that up fairly easily. And you guys don't do this. Don't work over your piece. It's not a good idea. And I'm just gonna take my stamp and just kind of touch it in different places. I don't want to have, ooh, that's a little bit darker than I want it, but it's okay.
Karen Moyer, you probably just gave everybody a heart attack cutting into the stamp.
I don't like, because what if this edge touches accidentally, I don't want it to be like super, I want it to be an organic edge. And so that's why I like to do that. And so you guys can see where I just touched it in different places. I don't even know if you guys can see. Just to add
really
that
can't.
crackle. You really can't, can you? It's subtle. I don't want it to be like super dark or super evident. I did a dark one there. And I'm not going to do it all over. I'm just going to kind of tap it and do it like that.
Yeah, you can see it a little bit. Okay.
Yeah. And then make sure, so with the IOD ink, it is permanent, but you can either let it sit for a long time, or you can be like me and be impatient and just apply some heat. And that'll also set your ink so that when you go over this to seal it, that your ink doesn't move around and you don't like lose your crackle. I was gonna do some crackle on the around here, but you know what I need? The new, I think it's Vintage Texture stamp has a larger crackle. I think that would be more appropriate for this outside area than this kind of a fine crackle from this stamp that I'm using right now. And I don't have that one in front of me.
Flea said, I gasped when you inked your stamp on your board.
I know, Flea. Flea is organized. I know she watches me like, oh Lord, what is she doing? I actually touched this one with my inky finger, so I have to fix that. Do you guys think I need to make my table more definitive, or is that enough? I almost feel like I just want a suggestion of a table, not necessarily have it be like super evident. And so that's why I went with the softer gray.
Dorothy Lage joining us said,
Hey, Dorothy.
suggest you place some leaves on the right.
I know, I'm gonna put some leaves on there or blooms or something. Everybody's suggesting I put something right there. It's our need for balance. I understand. Let's see, I did cut off some leaves from this page that I could put over there. I'm gonna have to put a leaf right here too to cover up that stem. I know Dorothy is in my class that I'm in right now. And all of us Arizonans are all in there whining because we don't have leaves.
Dorothy says also maybe some shadows.
Yeah, we're gonna put some, Dorothy. I was just trying to wait for everything to dry, which it's not doing very fast.
And you are at 6:10. I know you want to finish tonight, but I'm just letting you know.
Thank you, babe. I appreciate it. Oh, that's perfect right there. Hopefully this one transfers, you guys. I probably should have had my background ready before I came on tonight. Whenever you're doing your transfers, I always lift mine up a little bit at a time, because if you have a piece that didn't transfer to your substrate, you can just sit it right back down. And you can take like the shiny side of your carrier sheet and just kind of go over it too. And that's just to make sure there's good contact between the surface and your transfer so that it stays put.
Lady Poe said you could use a lighter charcoal around the perimeter of your table.
Yeah, I know. I need some more definition there, which I probably should have done before I put my leaf there. And I want to add some highlights too, but I want this piece to transfer before I do all the other stuff. That piece is just not going to cooperate. Oh, you can't tell. And I can always tell when there's moisture, like I can feel it. And I know that I'm pushing my luck here, but I want to finish. But there's just too much moisture like in this one place. Nope. Okay, I'm gonna stop before I mess it up. I'll cut it right there so we can see some of it's done. Look at how pretty, and that color is beautiful with the blue. Okay, I did want to finish something, so I will doodle around with this some more. I should have put my shadow on this side because I wanted to do like a really irregular shadow because of the flowers, but I guess these leaves are hanging here. So rather than doing just like a round shadow the way we normally would do, I want to do something a little more, I don't want to use black, but I can mix it. Did you find leaves yet, Dorothy? Are there any questions, baby?
There are not. Although Dorothy said it's a beautiful project.
Thank
Chris
you, Miss
Schmidt,
Dorothy.
just stinking gorgeous.
You guys are always so nice to me. I appreciate it. I kind of want to do like a crazy looking shadow. Just because we have all this stuff that's kind of hanging off of here. So this shadow shouldn't be perfect. Yeah. And you guys remember in toll painting, I know there are some of you who've done that, how you used to do like the water, like really watery shadow. It's funny because there's so much of that we do and like nobody ever told us why. But shadows really should be transparent. Like they shouldn't be solid, right? They're generally transparent.
Karen Moyer, I think we need a full sheet of the blue paper next release.
You know what, Karen? I thought about that as soon as this paper came out. I was like, why didn't I do that? But I think that we may have something similar.
Jan McCrary, would you like her to mail you some leaves from Michigan?
It's okay, Jan. I'm going to be okay. I think I'm going to have to just make me some leaves out of brown paper. I think is what I've come to terms with. And it's just like, it's collage fodder. So it's not like, it's fine. I'm going to make some leaves. It's really a challenge for me to be creative is what it is, right? To think outside the box and figure out what I'm going to do. I was just jealous, and I was in Minnesota, and they had those huge leaves.
Wisconsin.
And why do I keep wanting to say Minnesota?
We can go to Minnesota. I like Minnesota too.
I think Wisconsin and Minnesota live in the same place in my head.
Well, they're next door to each other.
I know. I'm sure they don't appreciate me getting them mixed up, though.
Nope.
No. The way you said it.
They do not.
I know the thing I want to finish, baby, is going to be super quick. I promise.
Okay.
Okay.
Kathleen Uvis, what are your plans for the leaves?
I'm in the collage fodder class, and so we're learning how to paint them. You know, just how to paint them, that's all. And I haven't actually taken the class yet. I just know we need leaves for the class. So I don't even know exactly what we're going to do with them. I'm behind. I'm like 2 lessons behind. Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise.
Sheila Teagan, have a yard full of maple leaves.
Oh, see, those are the better Estes one.
Yeah, Jan says we have plenty.
The maple leaves and the, I think the citrus leaves are beautiful too. Because they're like thick. So maybe if we would have gone, oh, you know what, never mind. I was going to say I asked Dom to bring me some, but you know that is not going to happen.
From where? From Phoenix this weekend?
Yeah. They should have citrus, right? Somewhere.
Yeah, well, we don't have as many citrus groves as we used to.
No, but there's a lot of other decorative ones, though.
Eh,
So I think I'm gonna leave her alone for now before I mess her up. So I just added some shadows here under my leaves, a little like irregular shadow here to kind of, I mean, I'm not trying to emulate these leaves exactly, but you know what I'm saying. A little highlight there. I put a few highlights here on the top. And then I'm gonna let this dry before I keep meddling with it. The background seems very blah to me though. There is some little, maybe I should have gone in with a little darker gray. We'll see what happens. I can still do something. Oh, but if I do blue, then this will disappear. We'll see what happens. Because I was thinking I could just paint this out blue. That would be gorgeous, right? With the pop of the pink coming off of it. Especially because this pink has a lot of orange in it. We'll see what happens, y'all. I will show you guys the picture when I finish. But I did want to do something really quickly. Let me clean up just a little bit, because this is going to be the end of my video. You guys are going to help me record a YouTube video real quick, or the end of a YouTube video, because I have this entire project already recorded. I just need to finish it. And I recorded before I even went to Wisconsin. But I didn't have time to finish it because it was a crazy week. Y'all, when IOD announced that we're going to be doing the launch on Tuesday, to say that I gasped would be an understatement. So I'm going to use some Posh pigment. So what I'm doing, you guys, is this is one of IOD's wood blanks. And this is a piece out of the recycled fine art blocks decoupage paper. And I know I have a sheet of that paper over here somewhere, because I was actually contemplating using it today. So this is the fine art blocks decoupage paper, and you have like blocks of super yummy, beautiful fine art pieces. Melissa posted 2 cloches, and she used pieces out of these small kind of winter scenes. It's in the recycled group page. And then these are some of the other pieces. So you get multiple projects on one sheet. Believe it or not, this one is my favorite one. I just love the way this one feels. It's just super yummy, so much texture. But so that is what I pulled this piece off of. And this is one of the wood blocks from IOD, the arches. And so I decoupaged this in there. And then of course I have some molds that I have all around. So I'm just gonna go in with some metallic so we can make those details pop. Because the thing about the molds is when you paint them all the dark color, look, you really can't even see all the intricacies, right? But we are going to bring them to life. I should probably clean up a little bit more before I start. Nah, it's fine.
Karen Moyer, I love the black. Are the molds resin or paper clay?
These are resin. I generally use resin most of the time with my molds. Oh my gosh, my powder is like all over the place. Usually when I'm using my molds, I'm using resin.
And Mary Casey, could you do some raised stencil for the background?
Oh, that's a good idea. I could do a pattern, huh? And I just want to go over the high points of these molds. You guys, these roses are so fabulous. There is so much detail. It is crazy, and they're so thick. The profile on these is a lot higher than the molds that we're used to from ILD. And I just want to go over the high points. I do not want to push this into the recesses. I always, when I'm on TikTok, somebody always fusses at me for using my fingers. But I'm a very tactile creative, and this is just how I roll, y'all. But look, like right away, those details pop so much more as soon as you put that metallic on there. And it doesn't have to be a metallic. You can use a lighter color too, and you'll get kind of that same result. Because the recesses are going to stay dark, and the high areas are going to be light or metallic. And so look at that. Oh, it is beautiful. And I used several different molds for this project. And I will hopefully have this video up this week. Because I wanted something dark and moody for my studio space that someday will be finished. I keep putting it on the back burner because of everything else I have going on, but someday. We'll find a place of forgiving. Why is that song in my head? Somewhere. What musical is that from, baby?
Ooh, you're asking the wrong guy.
Oh.
I do not do musicals.
And I thought about just making this whole thing metallic, like just painting it out. But we'll just highlight it for now, and then I'll make a decision later. Okay, that's all I wanted to finish, babe. See, that was gonna be quick. But look how that gold just makes it look so much better. I'm thinking I'm probably I need gold like, oh yeah. I'm almost out. When I'm working on a project, I try to mix enough for the whole project. Because if I mix it again, it's going to be a different ratio, right? So it's going to look a little different, which is not optimum. But maybe I should do this too. And I can just touch that one up. I'll just put some black paint right there. That's why when we're creating, you guys, we don't have to be fearful, right? Because we can always fix something. We can always change our minds. We can always change direction. Like nothing is set in stone. So I can go in and put some black paint there and kind of fix those areas. But like how dark and moody and luscious is that? I love it so much. And so I'll have the video up for this project, hopefully by Wednesday. But I think that's all we have for today, babe. Unless there was any questions.
No, Dana Block, what black paint did you use?
I just used Wise Owl's black paint, chalk synthesis paint. I haven't sealed it yet, but honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna seal it. I kind of like that dead flat look of that, so I may not seal it. It almost feels like velvet, right? But with Wise Owl paint, it does cure eventually if you don't seal it, so I may just leave it like that. And it's gonna be on the wall. It's not like it's a piece of furniture and I have to like, you know, make it so that people can sit on it. So I may end up leaving that. And I keep on pushing this piece. If you guys do this project, be patient. Don't be like me. Be patient so you don't lose pieces of your transfer, okay?
All right, last bit before you sign off. Remember, there's only a few seats left for the retreat.
There's 20 seats left for the retreat. And right now we have our early bird price. The price does go up December 1st, although I don't anticipate, honestly, there being any seats available by December 1st. But, and we do have discounts set for rooms, for motel rooms, $125 a night. And we already have a group that we opened. I know I had a couple of you that have requested to be in the group. I meant to do that before we came on live tonight. I will make sure and get you guys into the group. It's a Facebook group so that you guys can like chit chat and, you know, carpool and things like that. Yeah, you'll meet a new best friend. I do that every time I travel because I shared an Uber when I went to Georgia last January. But yeah, you guys can make arrangements for carpools and things like that inside of the group. Where did I put my leaves? I need to put one right here to cover up that boo-boo right there. And if you want more information on the retreat, you guys, this is the QR code for the, oh, it's 6:29. I'm like right on schedule. I guess our new schedule. It used to be an hour, but now I guess an hour and a half is the schedule. So you will be inside of a Facebook group where you can meet other people who are coming to the retreat so that you guys can get together and figure out what's what. You can ask questions. We are working on like doing like a super generic schedule, a high level schedule, but it's one that can help you so that you can figure out like, you know, what time you want to get in, for instance, and what time you want to schedule to leave. So that schedule should be going up in the group, and it should also be going out in an email if you've already registered for the retreat. But I think that's all we have tonight.
I think so.
Unless you guys had any more questions. Look at David is all ready to go over there, y'all. Y'all should see him.
I just took my ears off, that's all.
He is ready to go.
All right. I did put the link up one more time on Facebook for anybody who's using your phone, because you can't QR code.
Yeah, if you're on your phone.
If you're on your
then
phone,
you can't
so I put
use
the
your
link
phone.
back up too.
Oh, see, we just hid that. Whose idea was that? That was a good idea to just hide that. A little bit of highlight there, a little bit of highlight on the top. I'll probably go and put a little bit of shadow under these leaves right here. But I don't know. I think that's it. I do feel like I need to do something to the background, but I just don't know what I want to do. So we'll see what happens. I think maybe doing a tone on tone. I like the idea of doing, even if it's not a raised stencil, maybe a gray stencil. Kind of something super close to the tone of the background, because I don't want it to distract from what we've done. But I do want a little bit more interest in the background than what's there. So we shall see what happens. But thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. I am so happy to be back. It feels like it's been forever. We really didn't talk about Wisconsin as much as I thought we were going to either.
Well, I mean, it's on its retreat, so.
Yeah. But I got to meet people. Jane and I have known each other for like 6-7 years. And this is our first time meeting in person, which is funny.
Oh, you mean that sort of thing. I thought you meant like the stuff that was taught. And
oh, no. I wouldn't dishonor everybody we're talking about.
Right,
that.
that's what I mean. I mean, that's sonnets to talk about.
Oh, no, but I just mean the trip in general. You know,
yeah.
What we did. I had a lot of cheese curds. I got to go to a fish fry. I had an old fashioned.
Not a real old fashioned.
I don't know what a real old fashioned is, but those bitters, I don't know. I'm having mixed emotions about that.
That was a girly old fashioned.
That was a girly old fashioned.
Yeah, there was something a little different in it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. You guys remember, as always, there isn't anything I've done here tonight you guys cannot absolutely do. You guys can do this. You can do it today. You guys have a blessed week, and we will see you guys. Oh, join. Except for the bitters part. I didn't like that part. But
Say all that again, because I turned down your mic instead of turning down mine.
y'all see how he did me? He just muted me. You guys can do this. You can do it today. You guys know there isn't anything I've done here that you guys cannot absolutely do. I'm going to get there, baby. Join us Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Whatnot. We'll be having weird sounds. That's David over there.
Yeah, I turned off my mic because I thought we were done. ABC, always be closing.
So hopefully we'll see you guys Friday night. If not, we'll see you next Sunday. Same place, same time. You guys have a blessed week, and we'll see you next time.